Hi guys, welcome to another video. I have for you here today, it's a iPad 9th Gen A2602, and it's come with a cracked screen. Now the customer went to Apple to see if they'd do it under warranty. They came here first. They said, can we get this in the warranty? I said, well, I don't think so, but you know, it's your choice. We can do it, or you can take it down. So we'll give it a go. We'll take it down to Apple first. And obviously they refused because it's accidental damage, and that is not covered under the manufacturer's warranty, obviously. But yeah, we're just going to show you how to remove the glass and how I will replace it with a new glass. So we'll go through the process. So the first thing I've got here, I've got myself here a heat mat, which I'm going to set at 80 degrees in a second. So click on set, and sometimes I go up in 10s. This one's going up in 1s. So I'm going to put it on 80 degrees, and that should do that. Enter. Now, as you can see, the degrees has already started to go up. So I'm going to leave it on here for approximately, and the heat is flying out already. It's really hot. So I'm going to leave it on there for about 10 minutes at the most. That'll be enough for me to take off the glass by using, I've got a bit of isopropyl alcohol just to loosen up the bonding. I've got myself a little tool here. It's got some tape on there because it was digging into me here, so I put a bit of black tape around the edges because it was really sharp and it was cutting my, and you can see I've got a cut there. So I put that on just to protect my hands. So that's what I'll need. You need a little screwdriver, although I've got no actual connector in there. But yeah, and obviously the new Digitizer and a heat glove. I'm going to use one of these just to make, so I don't want to touch the device because it'd be quite warm or quite hot, and I don't want to burn myself, not to anyway. And yeah, so I'll be back in a few moments. Okay guys, that should be hot enough now. It's actually it's cooking nicely. So I'm just going to switch off my tool, and let's crack on with this. Get this tool out of the way as well because it's quite warm. Put it over there, and I've got a bit of residue, some dust and stuff, particles there. Get rid of that. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'm going to get this this little tool here. Put a bit of alcohol on there, just a little bit, and I'm going to just squeeze it through just the side there, and you'll see if you try it without alcohol, you'll see there'll be quite a bit of resistance there, but because we've got the alcohol, it breaks it down really nicely. So that's coming off quite well. I'll get into this side as well. That is cooking. It really is hot. I think I may need to, it's a new heat pad I've got, so I'm not used to the temperatures, but I think I might just reduce the temperature next time around, but I'm about 60. Okay, this is literally, it's really hot. Be careful just over here above the camera, and okay, you can see you can see the gap there now, and you've got the flex cables just there for the Digitizer, just there. So if you can see that, yeah, you can. There you go. That's something you don't want to do. Can you see that? Yeah. So, just going to get myself a little plaster. It happens all the time to me. So just give me a sec. I'm going to get a plaster, and we shall continue. Okay, all bandaged up, and let's carry on. It's still warm enough. So yeah, I survived. I think I'll live. So yeah, sometimes that does happen. You get a bit of glass that's a bit sharp, and you push this forward, point towards it, and it just So I'm gonna be a little bit more careful now. I hate the ones that have got like all these little pieces. They're just a nightmare to get out. They really are. As you can see, sometimes you can just pull them out and there's no issues. Straight into my bin. I don't want to get cut again, thank you very much. Okay. Lift it back. As you can see, it's coming off quite well. Got a few bits of glass on the screen now, so we'll have to just make sure that we don't scratch the screen anyway. So I've got a little tool that I use just to blow stuff off. I've got glass on my bench as well now, which I'm just going to get rid of some of it. So now, it's basically similar to the 8th gen. So I'm going to use this blade, and there's some bonding down here. I'm just going to slice through there, and this there. And now we are going to remove the LCD. So we need to remove the LCD now. The home button flex seems to be fine. There's no damage to the flex, so that home button should work absolutely fine. So we're going to remove there's some little covers for the screw holes, for the screws. Sorry. Let's lift those up. Get them out of the way, and there's one on this side as well. So while I've got that open, I'm just going to unscrew that. Okay, just put that to one side. It's not magnetic, should be, but it's not. Oh yeah, it is a little bit. And this one as well. Manual's good enough, but sometimes you just like to hear a bit of noise. It's therapeutic, I think. Just breaks up the silence from when you are working. Okay, so that's one part done. Just gonna, underneath here, you'll see where the LCD is. You've got a white LCD screw thing there, so they just need to get underneath that very slowly and just pull it up. And same with the other side, be careful. I mean, to be honest, we could just use one of these plastic tools that you can use just to get underneath. As you can see, it has popped off quite nicely. Now there isn't much difference with the actual digitizer for these, but there is, because there isn't, sorry, why would I say there isn't and then there isn't. The difference is it's got two holes here. I think this is for some light sensors or something like that. So that's those. Be careful of those, you don't rip them off either. And now we're going to remove the LCD and the digitizer. I think with this screwdriver, it's very light. I need something with a bit of weight on it, so I'm going to push it down from the top just to get a good grip of the screw. And one more left. Put them to one side. Normally I have a tray here. I haven't got one today. They are on another desk. And then we're just going to pop off the shield and the bracket for the connectors. Okay, pop the LCD connector off, for the LCD to one side, and the digitizer connectors. And over here we have the connector for the home button. So we're going to remove that connector also. Put it on there for the battery, so I can use that tape later. Open the door for the connector. Shouldn't be using metal, to be honest. And you need to remove this rubber bump there. I think that just holds the LCD in place, or rests the LCD properly. And to just take off the flex, pull that out, and this should come away quite easily. Like so. Take off the tape, take whatever comes off, okay, that's fine. And what I normally do is I like to heat up this area with a hairdryer, just to take off the flex slowly. It will come off, but I don't like risking it. I just do not like. Should we have a go? Let's put a bit of alcohol and show you, if you haven't got those facilities, get a bit of alcohol. Not everyone's got a hairdryer in their house, you know, so a bit of alcohol, and that just breaks it up nicely. A bit more down here on this side. And as you can see, it's soaking up nicely. Just give it a little pull and it comes away dead easy. Dead easy. Let's get rid of that tape, it's annoying me. So the flex cable now has been removed. The home button, sorry. I'm miles away. Okay, so that's that removed. Now you do need, you've got a rubber thingy here, it's like a dust proof cover, so you need that around so no dust gets inside. So that I am going to heat up on my hairdryer, and I'm going to pull it off because I need that part. I don't want it to, because it's a nightmare putting them back on. If they come off and they don't come off correctly, they're just an absolute nightmare to get sorted. So I'm going to dispose of the Digitizer, and I'm actually going to give this desk a quick wipe with my little brush that I've got. So, and while I'm getting it from my chair, I'm going to go away to my hairdryer, heat this up, and take the other bits of glass that are stuck to it off, and then we're going to come back and put the new Digitizer on. But before I do go away, I'm just going to remove the old glue that's from the other Digitizer. So yeah, again, you know, you can put a bit of alcohol in here if you want to. You can do that. Just put a bit. Alcohol evaporates very quickly, so you can do side by side. And you can see it's just breaking away nicely. So I want this to be squeaky clean. Okay, I'll give it a good shake now above the bits of glass that I can see. I'll just pull off. I think it's quite clean, as you can see. The edges are quite clean. So I'll just go away now to the hairdryer, and there's some there actually, and take off the glass off the home button. And then we'll come back and we'll put the tape down for this tape I've got, 5mm, 3mm. Put the tape down at the edges, and this part I usually glue down here. I use T8000, pretty good stuff. So back in a moment. Right guys, I've taken off all the bits from the home button, the glass, so that's and there's no damage anywhere, so I'm quite confident that's going to work as it should, and the customer will still be able to use their fingerprint option if they were using one. Just going to clean up. Be careful of these home buttons because at the back they've got these little nipples there. See that little black nipple in the middle there? If you lose that, then you've got to replace the yellow sticky thing with the nipple on it. And you can get them off from different home buttons, doesn't matter what they are. Even the iPad, even the Digitizer may come with a home button. You can just take it off there and put it on properly. There you go, that's there. Let me chuck this bit of cloth away. So I was actually going to put the tape on first, but what I'm going to do, I have just noticed something actually. There's a little camera surround that is not there, so I assume that that's in the old Digitizer. I'm going to check in the new one if it does come with one, and it does. So we should be able to get that off quite easily. Put a bit of alcohol down there. Just use one of these blades. Should be able to get that off. Okay. The blade is your best friend, well, my best friend, yeah, especially when I'm doing Digitizers. Otherwise you'll be cutting yourself up left, right and centre. The old one has got it as well, so I might take that off as well. So, you know, I can use... I don't really want to actually, because I'm going to cut up myself. But now that I've said that I'll do it, I'll show you. Look how sharp that glass is. You don't want to get that into your fingers, do you? So I'm just going to hold it. Just be careful when you're handling this glass. It's horrible. I've had it where, you know, there's a bit stuck in my fingers. I can't see where it is, so I've got to get under my microscope and find it and then dig it out. I mean, sometimes they're clear, literally, that you can't see them even with the microscope. You just, wow, it just sticks out at you. So yeah, that's all done. I think it goes in. There is a groove around the camera, so I think it goes in this way. As far as I remember, yeah, it goes in like that, and that's fine. That's okay. That's all good. Again, that's kind of like, I think it's a dust thing, so no dust gets around the lens of the camera. So here we have the LCD. I've got this little brush here that I use. That's just to get any glass off the LCD. Give a quick blow first, and then just swipe across, and it will all just come off. There you go, nothing on there now. Put that to one side. Now this has come with a home button, but I'm not going to use that home button. I'm actually going to plug in the original home button. Let's put that in now and just leave it hanging out. We don't need to have it plugged in to the device. Where's my plastic tool gone? See, a second ago. Sometimes you walk out of the room and you took it with you and you put it somewhere else. But anyway, there you go. I've put the home button in. This is the bit I really don't like, is lining up these flexes. I can never do them the first time around. Although today, oh, do you know what? I just have on that one. So if this goes in, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket today for the Euro. I've already got the, do you know what? There you go. What did I just say? I'm definitely buying a lottery ticket. That never works for me first time round. I'm always fiddling around, trying to get it into position. So let's pop it in now. Let's plug the you can hear the click. Make sure everything's nice and level, yeah. And what we're going to do now is just going to turn that over, move this out of the way. We don't care about that. If that's in the way, it's not a problem. I think I'll just leave it there. That's cool. Just put it around. Just fire the device up. Yeah, we've got power for a change. Normally it's like, got no power, put it on charge. It's so annoying. Just going to put the code in now, and yeah, let's just have a quick look. Put the code in off screen. We don't want to give anyone's numbers away, do we now? Okay, press the button again. Okay, so that's got 5% battery. That seems to be okay at the moment. Press the home button and just grab an icon or an app icon. I just like to do this everywhere, all over the device. If there's anywhere that it jumps, didn't there? That was me. Then you know that there's some fault somewhere. Pressing the wrong home button. Press that home button. I'm going to go into the notes now, and I'm going to start a new note, and I'm going to click all the keys. So go through all the keys. Yeah, I mean, you know what, you're thinking, oh, he's got some patience, hasn't he? Yeah, of course, you need patience with this kind of job. If you haven't got patience, I would recommend you don't do it. Honestly, do something else. You know, really, it's just not for you. Yeah. I can never remember how to get that keyboard up once I've got rid of it. Is it up? Or is it? Okay, you just press on somewhere, yeah. Anyway, there you go. That seems to be absolutely fine. I'm very happy with that. So let's go ahead now and switch the device off, like so, and carefully remove the LCD. Just make sure the screen's powered down, otherwise you could damage an IC on the motherboard. We don't do that, do we? No, we don't. Put that over there. Lift off the Digitizer connectors and the home button. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove the old the bonding that comes with the Digitizer. I don't like to use that. You can if you want to use it. I prefer not to. I don't think it's strong enough. So see, that's already come away, and put it back onto that. Yeah, let's just camera surround. Take the old bonding off. So again, what I like to do is just to soften up the bonding, because you can crack the screen if you bend it too hard. Heat up the screen bit by bit. So heat this bit up first and peel away that bonding. Heat this one up, do the same thing, and do it all the way around. And then I'll come back and we will continue. I'm going to take off the old home button right now. There's some glue there. Alcohol. And we'll come back and we'll go ahead and install the home button, bond it down. But before I go, I do want to come back to a clean desk. So I'm just going to give it a quick dusting with this. Get rid of all the glass bits, and I'll vacuum at some point later on this week. So we're working on a nice clean desk. Just give that a good shake, get rid of my bin. Right, guys, took the old bonding off the Digitizer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick down the home button. So what I'm going to do first of all, normally what I would do is I would go around putting tape on the frame, but because I want this bonding to get a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to put the home button on, that'll give me enough time to go around and put the tape on. So I'm going to put a little bit on this side, as you can see, and a bit more on the opposite side. Take more there actually. And what you find with these Digitizers, that there'll be a film protecting the inside of the glass from any dust or all that sort of stuff. But because the film goes above the gold strip, the home button needs to go along here. So I actually take the film off, and then I reapply it, turn it around, and I just put it above, or put it within the frame, within the gold frame, as you can see. So any of the dust that's fallen on there we'll just lift off once we've done this bit. And I'm just going to get them out of the way. Now it's already got a plastic, like a plastic surround for the home button, but we've already got one on the original home button, and I'm going to use that because it's got sticky stuff on it. So I'm going to peel this one off. Just get a blade underneath and it will come off quite easily. And you can either keep that for future use, you never know when you need one of those things, and then I can actually connect, apply the home button, and it will tape up. So there you go, the home button's in now, but make sure it lines up and actually presses, because you can hear it, you can just about hear a click. Okay, so that for me is absolutely perfect. So while that is actually curing, I will go around the frame of the device and we will put the sticky stuff down, the tape down. So I like to start with the thick tape first. So I'm going to go along the top where the camera housing, where the camera is. Okay. And what I do with this side, I'm actually going to put tape just halfway, because I want to use bonding glue on the other one, on the other side. Okay, that's done, and I'm going to put some glue in that corner as well, this one, and a little bit there, because the flex cables actually go just there. So I'm going to put glue down here once I've got everything connected, and then we'll squeeze that down, put a bit of tape around it, and that will be it. So what I need to do now is the actual the flex cable has got a, I think I lost my plastic tool, I don't know where it is. It's got some tape covers there, we need to remove those. Okay, that will fold across. Again, you see what I mean about the gold strip? This tape, this protective film was over the gold strip, so we'd have to, that would have to come off again, so we don't want to do that. So pin that off, tape it, make sure it's in line with the glass, and it's all good. As you can see, that's perfect. Make sure it's not, hold it up to the light, make sure it's not overlapping into the display area. That has happened before. Yeah, that's okay there, that's fine. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the digitizer in. I'm going to do the lottery today, definitely, after seeing that flick screen the first time around. I have no hopes of it's going in the second time around. Put the protective tape back over the home button connector. Oops, taking everything and breaking everything. This may not stick down again, but we'll have a go. we will have a go. If not, we'll just, oh, that's fine, that's solid. Happy with that. And now we're going to connect the, see, I've got this tape on my fingers. That's quite annoying. This is not going to go on, is it, the first time round or second time round? It's really fiddly. That's perfect. Did you hear the click? I did. So now, put the camera closer here because I'm resting it on my chest, the digitizer. Just going to give the glass a quick there. I'm just going to make sure there's no, I can see a few bits of dust on there. So I'm just going to get some alcohol, got a cloth, and going to remove. There's a bit of residue of the glue. I don't know how that gets there, but it does. Okay, that's spot on. Make sure that goes in. I'm quite confident they're going to be spot on, so I'm not even going to bother checking. Okay, let's power the device up now, make sure it all powers up. There you go, Apple logo. Here's the plate for the digitizer connectors and the LCD connector. It's actually quite a long video, so I might have to cut and trim a little bit of it. Okay, make sure these are lined up properly. The other screw. One more. Make sure that's tight. Okay, that I'm not. No, it should be fine. Just need to push it down a bit. Right, now get the LCD in place. And now we're going to screw in the screws. Okay. Take off, make sure there's the cover's not in the way, so it's accessible. Go back. This as well. Just got no weight on the screwdriver. There you go, that's done. I'm just going to give that a quick wipe. There's a bit of dust I can see just there. So what I'm actually going to do now, before I go it down, I'm just going to make sure all is well. Just test it quickly. Well, by me putting the numbers in, that just shows me that it's all cool. Everything is fantastic. No issues whatsoever. Okay, so I'm actually going to take off this top film as well, because I want to make sure that there is no dust As you can see straight away, a bit of dust there. You might not see it, I can see it. And I'm going to pull off the tapes. Okay, like so. Okay, that's done. That's fine. I'm going to put some glue. Now sometimes this glue leaves like a bit of a trail behind. So I'm going to put a bit on there, make sure there's no trail. And go around this side. Make sure there's no trail. Like a spider's web, kind of, you know. Okay, so I'm taking that film off. I'm taking the internal film off now. Okay, I'll put that on there just to take off any of the dust particles that may be on there. That to one side. And now before I actually there's some thunder outside. Before I actually apply the glass to the frame, I'm going to put the glue on just over here underneath. Just get through there. Just go along the frame. I mean, the tape is usually enough, but I'm just used to doing it this way. I like it this way, so it's all good. And it goes in this way. So line up this side, make sure there's no dust anywhere. There is a piece just there underneath the glass. Was that on top? It's actually underneath, so can't get to it. Okay, that now. I can still see a bit of glass there, a bit of dust. Still there. It's a stubborn bit. I don't know whether it's in the glass or it's on there. Can't really see. Okay, that's fine now. Making sure there's no other. I'm just going to clean this top bit. I can't see clearly, there's a few marks on here now. Okay, and then slowly on the glass down. Okay, job done. Thank you for